Okay, what we're going to cover on this video is the discussion board basics. So you can access the discussion board one of two ways. You can either click on the left, click on discussion, or in the week that you are in, you can just scroll down to find the discussion. Both of these will take you to the same thing. So if we click here on week one discussion, it takes you to this platform. If I click on the discussion link on the left-hand side, it takes you to all of the discussions on one page. So this is the discussion that you can actually post questions to your fellow classmates. Here's the week one introductions, where you can tell us a little bit about yourself. Here's the week one discussion forum. Again, this is the rubric that you would follow. And if you want to score 60 points for your first post, the student submitted a thorough, accurate, substantial post. This included addressing all of the original questions or topics in a clear, logical, and organized manner. The student demonstrated a clear understanding of the topic. Critical thinking about the topic was included. You get another 15 points. The assignment was submitted on time and on a different day than your other posts, because part of the rubric is that 3 posts are posted on 3 different days. A total of 3 posts. So let's say you could post 1 on Monday, 1 on Tuesday, and 1 on Wednesday, or 1 on Monday, 1 on Wednesday, and 1 on Friday, but you can't post 3 on Sunday. Unfortunately, it will hurt you and you just won't be able to score well on the discussion board. So spread them out. That gives you time to post, read, research, and then post again. So the rubric you can follow here. The rubric basically, for each question or for each post, there's a research component. There is a critical thinking component. And then you have your resources, like your references and citations. So we always want to see 3 headings: research, critical thinking, and then resources. There will be an announcement message sent out that gives you samples of what discussion board posts should look like. But I go by the rubric, I read it, and I just give you the exact points that are earned based on the quality of your posts. So you can review the rubric. You have to do 3 posts each week. Now, what you need to do is when you click on the discussion link for each week, you're going to see the rubric, and then you're going to see topics for that week. So when you look at the topics, let's say for week 1, you'll see that you can choose from a variety of things. There's probably 25 students in the class, average, but we have 39 topics. And you can't just post on any one of these topics you want. You first must claim your topic. So on the very first day of class, I'm going to look at the discussion board, look at what other students selected. You are to post them by number and by topic. So if no one chose 20 about ATP, the energy, currency in the body, great, I'm going to choose 20. I go back to the discussion board. I see no one selected it. I'm going to claim that topic. Now it's mine. Now no one else can teach topic 20 except for me. If that's chosen, you go, all right, what's next? Let me find something else that I think intriguing, or let me find something that, I don't know much about it. It's going to force me to research it and teach my classmates. Now, if I, Dr. Lidner, posted a comment or a research as well as critical thinking on number 20, now let's say student Victoria reads that and says, I found that interesting. I wonder if there's any relationship to energy production or maybe the body's inability to produce energy and, I don't know, maybe chronic fatigue or fibromyalgia. Let me research that, but that's my thought. Hi, Dr. Lindner, after reading your comment on ATP, it made me wonder, if there's a problem with the mitochondria, could there be a problem or could there be any relationship between this and chronic fatigue, right? I think fatigue is you're tired, you don't have energy, and you know what? Here's what I found in my research. So your critical thinking is kind of like the question part of it. in this particular instance. And then my research is finding the answer to that. In some instances, you may create some research, and after reading it, it can create some critical thinking in you. So either way that you want to address that is perfectly fine by me, as long as you clearly outline in each and every post research, critical thinking, resources, and your citations. Okay. So please make sure that you claim your topic every week. Don't just post. You want to make sure that you're not disrespecting any of your classmates because someone else chose it. Okay. Now, you can always comment on a post that you were interested in, but it should be adding additional information. There's no need to reteach it, but you're adding new information to what doesn't exist, because your classmates don't need to read 5 posts on the exact same topic. Once it's taught, it's taught. And that's the idea. You just don't want to score points. It's teaching your classmates information and learning new information. Okay. So hopefully that was a little bit useful in helping you understand the flow of the discussion board. And you can move ahead in the discussion board if you want. So if you're finished with week 1, then you can scroll and you can go to week 2. Even though week 2 isn't here yet, you can still look at the topics, claim your topic in advance if you want. Make sure you write the number and the topic it's claimed. Make sure that you don't select a topic that someone else already discussed. So if someone was talking about, oh, I don't know, let's say epithelium, and you were like, oh, gosh, wish I could have taught about epithelium, you can actually expand on what someone else wrote and teach something else about epithelium. You may say, wow, the intestines are epithelium. And, thank you, Maria, for informing me of the different types of epithelium and where it's found and its function. And it made me realize, could some digestive problems of the intestines or stomach be a result of damage to the epithelium? I discovered that maybe antibiotics or high sugary foods or non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs or aspirin overuse or the overuse of antibiotics can actually damage the epithelium in the gut, right? So now you're expanding on information that wasn't yet discussed. And your students love that. Your fellow classmates, will love that. Okay, students don't want to reread the same stuff. This is all about learning new information. And the discussion board grows exponentially. That's the beauty of the discussion board. And then you can move on to week 3, same thing. You can claim your topic. Let me just show you how to do that, right? So let's say we're on week 1, and when you click on that, you may be the first person. You click on create thread, okay? And when you click on create thread, it's going to allow you to type information down in here. All right, and then you'll submit it, but make sure, things are underlined and bolded and done the way it needs to be done. And don't forget to post the number and the topic that you do in the subject. The subject needs to have the number and the topic. And the other thing I want to point out is on the top, let me just cancel out of this for a second. Let me cancel that. You can subscribe to this discussion board so that every time there is a post, you'll be notified and you can read it. Okay, so that's a little bit on the discussion board. You can play around with that initially within the first week by simply introducing yourself. Okay. If you have any questions, you can post them, but it is pretty much straightforward. You will look at the announcement message that I will send you, and it'll have, again, some of the basics to the discussion board, as well as a a few samples so you know what my expectation is of my students that score well. Some students get hundreds, some 90s, some get 40s or 50s because they just don't follow the rubric. Then after the first week, once you get burned and something red or yellow or blue is hot, right? And you make the modification. So not everyone gets it right on the first week. That is understandable. Okay. All right. So we hope you found that helpful on the discussion board. Let's end this recording.